Welcome to this exciting episode of GenAI Live. My name is Brian Terry, and I'm a Senior Partner Solution Architect here at AWS, focusing on GenAI migrations. And I'm joined here with my good friend, Wayne.
My name is Wayne Sachs. I am a Partner Solutions Architecture Leader here at AWS. It is a pleasure to be with you, Brian, and to be with our viewers.
So just like Wayne said, we have another special guest coming up next to talk about something cool and interesting in the GenAI space, and we're super excited to have them on. So how about we bring them on, Wayne?
Let's do it. Siva, welcome.
Wayne, hi. Brian, hi. Good morning. How are you doing?
Great, and welcome to GenAI Live. We're super happy to have you here. So how about you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company?
Fantastic. My name is Siva. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Founder of Lyzr. I'm based in New York. So Lyzr is an enterprise agent infrastructure platform that runs on any cloud, but our preferred cloud is AWS. And we have several large Fortune 100 companies building agentic AI automations on Lyzr. So that's what Lyzr is. Think of LangChain, but production grade. So that's the direction that we took, and happy to be here in the show.
Hi, and welcome. I'm a big fan of your tools. I think what you've created is super innovative, and I'm super excited to be talking to the founder of this company. This is super interesting.
Yeah.
So,
we don't get founders very often. I'm feeling very special.
I know, and I'm always excited to understand what did it look like for you just to create this organization, to just create this kind of idea of whole cloth and then just get it working. It's always
It started a couple of years back. So Lyzr stands for data analyzer, because the very first product that I started building was an AI data analyst, and I was using LangChain, OpenAI function calling, few other I would say SDKs that were out back in say July 2023, and I realized that having built a startup previously, a successful startup, and we were one of the top AWS partners in APAC. And I realized that this is not very intuitive for enterprise developers. If you go to a Citibank or a HSBC or Disney, you have developers who have to work in a lot of constraints from InfoSec team and the CIO teams that they cannot just look into an IDE or a CLI and start coding. Pretty much inspired by AWS, because you have built a fantastic platform which is low code, no code by and large. You just have to worry about the API endpoint when it comes to integrating into any service. So we took that as a design principle, and we wanted to build an agentic AI platform where you can build agents via no code, but you get an API endpoint almost instantly, which you can integrate into any of your front-end applications that you may build on Lovable, or integrate into Slack or Teams, wherever you want. So it was the thought process. When I was building the data analyst platform on these frameworks, I realized how tough it was, which led us to pivot into an agentic AI platform, which is Lyzr today. And it's been 2 years. We were more of a framework company in 2024, the whole of 2024. We were still shipping SDKs. But then we realized that, this is not how we're going to grow. Look at AWS. They built a fantastic UI, which allowed users to launch EC2 servers and RDS and all of that pretty quickly. So we realized that user interface is pretty important. Launched it this year, and in the last 7 months, we added close to 25,000 builders on the platform, almost 2,000 large enterprises building agents on the platform. So that's been the story of the last 2 years.
Wow. First of all, congratulations. It's always inspiring to hear kind of the origin story of a startup, because it always comes from some seed of sort of an observation of the world, right? And you're like, I got this, which is really cool. I'd love to hear it. I'm curious, one of the things that we see partners oftentimes, their entry point into a customer is customers I know I need to augment my workforce with generative AI. My workforce is doing it with or without me. Maybe they're using just a free version, wherever. And I don't love, these customers saying I don't love that they're my people are just using these tools and I don't have any control over them. So why do you feel I imagine that you've had these conversations as well?
Yeah.
Why are customers sort of finding themselves in this situation? Why do they feel this way?
So, about a couple of months back, I met David Solomon, the CEO of Goldman Sachs, and we were in a room. 10 entrepreneurs were selected to meet, and it was a fantastic 1 hour chat. And during the chat, I asked, because Goldman Sachs had ChatGPT access long back before the normal folks like us had access to ChatGPT, and I asked him, did the productivity go up because everyone had ChatGPT access internally? And he said no. The individual productivity did not necessarily go up because we all had access to ChatGPT. The real productivity started coming in when they started adopting agentic AI. They were able to adopt agentic AI for regulatory filing, and it was a massive savings for them. I think their team, something that took 2,300 people, now 1,800 of them were able to do the same because agentic AI was able to automate a lot of that process. And this is a story that we keep hearing time and again from many other large enterprises. Individual productivity, I mean, the reason why Microsoft Copilot is not a smash hit, because by all means, Microsoft Copilot was supposed to provide that additional, I would say, as a catalyst to all the individual employees, but it is not. So agentic AI is where the real value lies. And I think uh, from an entry point of view, when you like you rightly highlighted, almost 50% of our customers are CIOs or CTOs who want to bring in a robust enterprise agent platform into the organization. But interestingly, the other 50% of our ICP are either head of marketing, head of customer service, head of sales, or head of HR. And what we realized was it all comes down to the intent of the business leader or the enterprise IT leader. If they have the right intent that, you know what, I want to be the first one to adopt agentic AI in the organization, I want to make a change, that's all we need. And we then partner with AWS. We go in and we help them bring their idea, their vision to life with the Lyzr and AWS.
Wow. This is super cool. This is
what an amazing experience to sit down with the CEO of Goldman Sachs for an hour.
I have a lot of such stories. I don't think we have enough time for it. So many stories.
I just want to reflect on that for a second. Like, oh, that's really cool.
I mean, I'll share another one, right? I had a call come in from a chief cardiology surgeon of the Netherlands' largest hospital chain. She called and she said, look, and it was a book, they booked a demo on our website. And I got onto a call and I was like, I didn't know who they were. And she said, look, I want to build an agent that helps understand patient symptoms, write them into an electronic health record, and then come up with its own diagnosis before my junior doctors and resident doctors look into that. Nurses. I asked them why. So she explained. She was the head of cardiology ICU department, and most of the time they spend time in surgeries. They are not around in the ICU to look into other patients. And the nurses and the junior doctors, they often wait for the senior doctor to come for any say discussions, etc. But they wanted to build an agent that can continuously learn from the senior doctors and the surgeons, so that the diagnosis happens at least like a co-pilot, which allows the nurses and the junior doctors to get to a certain idea before even they go to the senior doctor. They don't have to wait for some simple procedures. And with agents, everything is offline now. The doctor's device, senior doctor's device, gets an intimation that, hey, this is the report that's generated. Can you verify? They can verify. They can give feedback, and the whole thing is very asynchronous in nature. It was wild to get a doctor think like this, that to a chief surgeon think like this, and we built it. We shipped the version 1. It was for the same project we won the Amazon Nova Award last month from AWS.
Yes.
So yeah, this is fascinating. Like I said, it comes down to the pain. The one who feels the pain, they really want to fix it.
Yeah.
So and then our job is to just ensure that our platform is able to fix it for them.
So, fun fact, I was one of the judges on those panels. So,
Thank you.
I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
That's awesome. What a cool story also. Yeah. So how are organizations planning on, let me back up. You're talking about like really sensitive information here with respect to like this hospital, right? Like this is people's most private health record information. And I'm sure, banks feel similarly about their clients' financial information. Like this stuff is like the most private, sensitive information of our customers.
Yeah.
How How are organizations planning on managing the risk
Yeah,
of that data leaking?
fantastic. This takes us to the third story of the day. So, so a couple of weeks back, we had a very large private equity firm from New York. We got introduced to them by another customer, which is always fantastic. So we got on a call and they said, "Hey, Siva, we want to build an agent that does not leak data, the internal data to outside GPTs or some, but however, it is able to bring the external knowledge back into the organization." And they referred us to what McKinsey built. So McKinsey built an agent called Lily. If you read about it, McKinsey Lily, you will figure out what they've done. So this agent is designed to help the internal analysts and researchers brainstorm on various ideas. But the agent actually picks data from the internal knowledge base. It also picks data from Google, Perplexity, or external knowledge source outside from the internet. And it analyzes both the data and it gives you one single view of what's happening. So if you think about it, as a user, I am not leaking my data to the internet, but however, I'm able to collect data from both internal and external data sources, and I'm getting a much more comprehensive view of what is really happening. So this is what McKinsey Lilly was all about, and the private equity firm said, can we build something like this on your platform? And interestingly, during the call, in about 5 minutes, we used managerial orchestration, which is what Lyzr's known for, our orchestration capabilities, and built it, and that is available as a demo that I can show you. But this is how organizations are tackling it. They are looking at multi-agent systems. There are agents that fetch data from internal data sources, could be Redshift or Snowflake or a vector database or a graph database. But there are agents that also pull data from external data sources.
Wow. That's amazing. It's super exciting to see that you guys are innovating at such a fast clip around like the multi-agent collaboration. This is awesome.
And seeing is believing. So let me share my screen and show you this exact scenario, right? Because it's we built a user interface that's easier for everyone to understand. I hope you're able to see the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the studio goes like this. This is studio.lyzr.ai. It's free for everyone. Anyone can log in, create an account, and you can start building an agent. Pretty straightforward. And what we've done here is the concept called Lyzr Manager, the managerial orchestration. So here, this is what the agent looks like. So you have a manager agent. I'm calling it as McKinsey Lily clone, where I've given, okay, you know what, agent role, you're an expert research agent. There is a goal. And in the instructions, I've highlighted how it has other agents, like an agent from internal knowledge base, an agent for an external knowledge base. And so these are the two sub agents. There is an agent that is connected to the internal knowledge base. As you see here, you can build knowledge base on Lyzr and connect them. And there is an external knowledge base, which is powered by Perplexity. And all I have to do is go back to the agent and ask, initiate my discussion, say hi. And you can see each and every action is recorded. So you don't have to worry about explaining to any regulators because everything is recorded here. So the agent asks, okay, let me know how can I help you? So tell me, say McKinsey's view on banking industry with GenAI agent say adoption. Now, if you see, it's actively the agent is engaging, the manager agent is engaging, and it is thinking, are you asking about baking industry? Sorry, banking industry. Correcting is good.
Maybe making bread too.
Yeah. I want to see what it knows about baking.
Yeah, maybe, right? So it's asking some additional questions. I'm saying it's going to be a North American market. Are you seeking only McKinsey's internal proprietary research or external as well? So say fetch from both sources. And it's asking further questions. Primary in broad industry-wide perspective, okay. Stick to broad industry perspective. All right, now if you see here visually, the agent is asking both the internal knowledge source and the external knowledge agent to fetch data. And this is how we are ensuring that the data does not leak to the internet, because your internal knowledge source is powered by one of the models that comes from your Amazon Bedrock, could be Nova, could be Claude, or any of the models. So the data remains within your organization, and the knowledge base also remains within your organization. And the external knowledge comes from Perplexity or X or any of the third-party search APIs. And so this is kind of completed. The internal knowledge source is still working. And once that is done, you will see the agent analyze both the outputs. So both are done. And it's going to analyze both the outputs and come up with one single view. So this way, the analyst, the research team, they're not worried about, I would say, sharing the data with an external system. And from a CIO or an InfoSec team point of view, all of that is recorded in traces. Let me show you in some time. But yeah, the agent is able to collect data from both internal and external data sources. And the best part is you don't have to necessarily use that user interface alone. You also have other options. For example, you can launch the agent as an app instantly, and you can ask similar questions on the app, from an app instead of using the build interface. And every action is recorded from a explainability point of view. Everything is recorded, including the latency, credits consumed, and you can further see the traces. So that's the direction that we took, especially when you go to large enterprises. Each and every agent action should be explainable, trackable, which allows you to deploy your agents in production. So just to give you an idea how we built this.
Oh wow, that is super cool.
I can easily see why this is popular with your customers. Yeah, makes perfect sense.
I mean, you'll be surprised.
So we're Amazon. We love this. Tell us a little bit about how Bedrock plays a role, because Bedrock is obviously our flagship service in the space. We'd love to hear where it lives in your stack.
Most of our customers, they start on Lyzr SaaS platform. They use all models like GPTs and Claudes of the world. But the moment they cross the POC or the proof of value stage, they start thinking about data security, data privacy, which is where Bedrock comes in and plays a fantastic role. Because with Lyzr and AWS, now you can run all your agents within your own Amazon VPC. And with Bedrock, you can access fantastic models like Nova and Claude within your own VPC. So the data privacy, data security, all of that gets sorted. We have several clients in Europe. We have Canadian customers. They all want agents or models to be served from their regional cloud. So that also allows us to, again, Bedrock becomes a fantastic choice because we open up the EU region or the Canada region, and then it gets served from these regions. So long story short, Bedrock not only gives a lot of choices to customers in terms of the models, it also gives the much needed data privacy comfort to our customers. And there was this one challenge that a lot of our Amazon customers had, which is obviously the Nova model may not work the same way as a GPT model or a Claude model, because all these models have different nuances. The prompts have to change. So we also built an Amazon Nova migrator agent. So this agent will automatically write test cases for GPT agents and Claude agents, and it will test the Nova agents on it, and it improve with the reinforcement learning. So this is something that we built, and some of our customers are using it. We're launching it in GA this week, which will be available for every AWS customer. So if you are struggling or stuck with migrating to Bedrock because of this will actually open up a lot more opportunities. You don't have to lift a needle. The agent will automatically write test cases, improve your prompts, make them as good as GPT or Claude, and then you can migrate them easily.
Wow, that is super interesting.
Yeah, I love how you embrace model choice. I think that's like a superpower of the AWS platform. I love to see that you've done the same. I think it's always for the best for our customers to like choose the right model for the right workload for the right job.
And also latency, right? Number two, latency, right? You have models served from within your VPC, so your application systems are a lot closer, your database systems are a lot closer. And we also continuously see that Nova models are 7 times cheaper than GPT models, which also gives you a cost performance. You don't have to use GPT-5 for a website chatbot, or because you can use smaller models. So Amazon Bedrock gives that as well. So I think there are a lot of pros compared to, as far as Amazon Bedrock is concerned. So yeah, I think we by default start building on Amazon Bedrock actually for our customers.
That is awesome. And I see that you have a community version, and it's like you have a community built around these agents. Can you talk a little bit about how the community interacts with your platform?
Absolutely. So we launched the platform in Jan, and we launched our free plan around, I think, early March. And we added about 25,000 builders on the platform, and it's growing continuously. They are building agents. They are understanding what agents can do. Why an agent is different from a lovable or a replit. They are realizing that that's only possible when you start building them. So we had a customer who wanted to build a performance review agent, an agent that can reach out to every employee in their HR. It's a HR person. They wanted to build an agent that can reach out to every employee within the organization, uh, complete a self-serve performance review. But if they don't respond or if they are out of office, it'll follow up 2 or 3 days later. And it'll invite them to a chat link where another agent is waiting to do the reviews. It'll ask the questions. Hey, you know what? What did you do? How was the last 1 year, and etc. And once this agent is done, have completed its job, a next agent kicks in, picks it up, takes it to the manager, and says, you know what? This is what your team. This is what your team. This is their self review. What do you think about them? Then the manager can give his or her views. Then the next agent picks it up, looks into the company's performance review, I would say, guidelines, and comes up with a detailed report. So there are about 6 agents that are involved. Now, this is something you cannot build on white coding platforms. This is agentic in nature. These are designed to run in the background automatically. These are designed to wait for the employees to come back from their vacation if they are out of office. This is designed to follow up with managers to ensure that they give their feedback. It also does not accept some simple one-liner by manager. It actually probes the managers and asks, "Give me a better view. I don't accept this." So all these were built out and shipped in 3 days. Now, this
3 days.
3 days, 2 3 days. Right?
That's all.
That's all. But the HR reached out to us because they were able to build this, first of all, I mean, like a standalone agent. They were able to build this as standalone agents, and they got the idea that, you know what, I can automate this. I don't have to spend my precious time in following up and doing this. So, which is why we launched the community edition, and we also, on a monthly basis, run agent architect training. We believe that everyone should become an agent architect. If you are a marketing person, become an an AI marketing manager. If you're a procurement manager, become an AI procurement manager. That is the best way to handle what's ahead of us. Because if you are an agent architect, if you know how to build an agent, you would know that many of the tasks that you do could be agentified. So you can build these agents and become an administrator rather than being replaced by agents. So that's why we not only opened up the platform to build the community, but we also actively train the community so that they can come up with these ideas.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So where do you want to? I mean, you don't have to open up your whole roadmap, but like where do you want to take your platform over the course of the next, let's say, like year? Beyond that, I'm sure things will be so different. It's not even worth speculating.
Thanks for asking. We are moving towards this concept called OGI, Organizational General Intelligence. And let me share my screen for like 60 seconds to show this.
Yeah.
If you see, this is a very popular agent hub that customers build on our platform, HR Agent Hub, where you have agents that are, say, employee facing, like a HR help desk or performance review, which I just spoke about. Then there are, say, HR facing agents, which allows HRs to do their job. But these agents, when they do their job, they continuously enrich a central organizational knowledge graph. This is what we call as OGI, Organizational General Intelligence. Now, your future staff meeting is going to happen here. What is the overall, say, ESAT score? So these are all stuff that you would ideally be asking your, say, HR teams, but now you will be asking the OGA. It's like the future staff meeting. And we have a very similar scenario on sales as well. All your sales and marketing agents, they build their own organizational graph or central intelligence where you can ask questions and get answers and brainstorm and see how you can improve your overall team and the business. So we are moving towards what we call as OGI. We are launching the GA version in Q4 this year. And that is a direction that we believe that organizations will get even more smarter with these agents in real time, sharing data with one another. Thanks for again.
That is really cool.
Yeah, asking all fantastic questions and hosting me on the platform.
Yeah. So
Thank you for joining us. This is inspiring. We're definitely going to have you back, and we're gonna talk about all the things you've done and whatever in the light speed era that we're in. This was really, really cool. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks, Brian. Take care.
Build safe and responsible agents. Introducing Lyzr.